Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here. Time for another blind commentary. And it's time once more for LittleshyFim's Cinemare Sins. Been a while since I did that. We're moving into Season 2 today. As always, some stray thoughts about the 5 episodes we'll be looking at before I start. Return of Harmony is really good. Probably was my favorite opener until Season 5 came around. It's hard not to love Discord, and to me, he's not even the best part of the episode. The discorded main 6 are. They're just absolutely hilarious, and all the gags work so well. What is sin-worthy, though? Well, not a whole lot I can think of. Twilight falling for a rather obvious riddle, maybe? Probably a lot of animation errors and stuff like that, too. Don't know for sure. Lesson 0. That's another episode which is just incredible and fully deserving of its reputation as a favorite in the fandom. Everything is just so fun and exaggerated and crazy. It's completely hilarious. Don't know what the sins will be, though. Twilight's behavior is probably worth a few, all things considered. Luna Eclipsed. That's a good episode. Certainly made Luna into a more interesting character than I had thought she'd be. Again, I'm kind of struggling to come up with much sin-worthy, aside from there being no rarity in the episode. Well, I guess it does introduce some often pointed out continuity issues with the pilot, and not just in the design change. It's weird that the town didn't recognize her when they celebrate a holiday based around Nightmare Moon each year and have a statue. Also, the ritual candy offering is kind of strange, especially as something that's apparently supposed to cheer the kids up. Never quite understood that. Finally, Sisterhooves Social, my second favorite Season 2 episode, and the episode that convinced me forever that Rarity is best pony. It's pretty close to flawless in my eyes. Though, I guess Applejack holds her breath, completely submerged in mud for an unrealistic amount of time. That's at least one thing. Really, these 5 episodes are just top-tier stuff. Season 2 really did have a remarkably strong beginning. Littleshy will probably show me a lot of stuff I never even considered about them, though, so we'll see. Anyway, let's get started. Okay. Everything wrong with The Return of Harmony Part 1 in 5 minutes or less. Spoilers. Duh.
Supposedly they're just starting their field trip. Not only is that odd because normally the castle is the first thing you'd see when visiting Canterlot, but the garden's entrance is obviously over here. Blank flash.
Very good point.
Well, I stole your face.
This statue only exists from one angle.
No face in there.
Why are the CMC being so mean to one another? If it's Discord's doing, why is he only picking on these 3?
It's not chaos, you dodo.
That's the harshest insult in the show considering Screw's a handicapped Pegasus. I mean, dang.
Yeah, that is
Being a
pretty
god of
harsh.
chaos in an unguarded garden is definitely deserving of a sin. Theme.
The great and the great and the great and...
Angel
Wow.
holds this pose for quite some time as she waits for the camera to pan. This cart of corn vanishes. Obligatory chocolate rain reference then.
That's a sin?
Began mere seconds ago. How did Rarity casually hear about it and make her way over to the farm already?
That's a
In
good
fact, none of the
point,
main six
yeah.
really have much
Why did
reason
she
to be
even
here except
go
for
there?
Angel is depicted with female eyelashes. Why did Dash never attempt this on her own? I know Twilight's thing is organization, but come on. Have you ever moved so suddenly that your legs had trouble keeping up? Pinky's
Wow.
cheeks appear to be full of chocolate milk, yet she
Lots of
without
animation
any
errors.
issue.
And when y'all are done that, feel free to have some popcorn for dessert.
In Equestria, cotton candy is a meal, and popcorn is a dessert. All the more reason
Very
to
good
report
point.
to the portal. We see Celestia pacing in this small room, but then she's suddenly in the giant entrance room, which is located at the base of the castle. This hallway has too many continuity errors to count. Celestia's voice remains in the left audio channel even after the camera completely rotates to the next shot.
And now he's
Hold on,
noticing
Discord
audio
for
errors.
Eternal state?
I don't think it means what you think it means.
Look whose tail ran out of batteries again. Everybody is shocked at the
It happens
sight of
sometimes.
Celestia's lack of wings. This box
Wow.
has 3 jewels here in one moment, then a large cluster of
Wingless
them in the
Celestia
next.
for a while.
Already we have determined back in the first 2-parter that the main 6 can conjure up the elements through their own inherent personalities. Why is it such a problem that the stones are simply missing when during the last battle they were destroyed entirely? This drafty animation error. That moment when someone you don't know says your name. Once Discord appears, his stained glass images vanish except for this one window style. Well, I don't know which is worse. Discord telling them how to defeat him, or Twilight thinking that's his actual intention. Yes, good luck on your critical mission in which failing will result in eternal chaos and suffering for all. If you excuse me, I have some cake to consume.
She does help in this one.
Pinky and Fluttershy were standing side by side a moment ago, and now their position appears to be offset. Also, if you imagine the maze as a flat line at the base of the hedge, something doesn't quite match up here. Evidence that Pinky can indeed walk through walls. For some reason, this reminds me of Roller Coaster Tycoon. Also, this isn't supposed to be the same entrance as seen prior, is it?
Who are y'all?
Oh, so now y'all is plural. I got scolded by the internet last time I brought that topic up.
I don't trust this place.
It's supposed to be plural.
Applejack doesn't trust this place, but she does place a surprising amount of trust in these monster-like talking apple piles. Dash is improperly looped here. When exactly is this supposed to take place? Twilight has her horn, but Rarity doesn't, and the Pegasi are still wingless.
Wow,
Well,
that's
I guess
weird.
The game's off. Twilight has her horn, and that. Wait, what?
No pony. No pony whatsoever.
Yeah, lots of animation errors in here.
I wonder how long they were standing behind that wall in hopes that it would just randomly crumble. Every
Good
pony else
question.
succumbs to Discord due to their own weakness and insecurities, but Fluttershy can only be overcome by brute magical force because she's just that perfect. It works so well with that stone wall. So
Not
let's
really,
just
you
stare
can
real hard
do
at
it.
this hedge.
You just need to be Iron Will.
Any minute now.
Although I guess it's more Fluttershy herself who brings it out there, even.
You can't. You don't have one.
Yeah.
Dash's cutie mark is obviously scaled up much higher than it was ever meant to be. Discord wants Rainbow Dash to take her wings to break the rules and therefore end the game. However, Rarity and Twilight broke that rule ages ago, and Fluttershy broke it before they even entered the maze. Discord has 2 beards. These 2 statues disappeared, and this statue is improperly layered. Tune in next time for the exact predictable conclusion you're all expecting to see.
Drowning in chocolate milk.
Time for Plan B. Does this bring to mind any images?
Oh wow. Plan B. I get it.
The elements. They were here all along.
Previously on My Little Pony. Twilight
Yeah, that's
is
a sin.
speaking, but Celestia's mouth is moving. Theme. You'd be in a bad mood too if this kept happening. I like to think that Pinky is aware of this flashback. Without a single break in dialogue, the main 6 find themselves randomly teleported from Canterlot to Ponyville.
Back where you began.
Twilight's original home is in Canterlot, and the Element's home is in Everfree Forest. The phrase back where you began has little to do with where you currently reside. Canine foreshadowing. Tom gives birth to many mini-Toms.
Yeah.
Fluttershy kills Twilight by impaling her brain with her own horn. Fluttershy sounds a lot like a certain other pony.
But if you want it, I want it.
Domain squatters in a nutshell. Purple Smart opens her book upside down. Discord's riddle said that the elements would be back where you began. The very beginning of the show was the book itself, so in a way this makes sense, but only for us. The pages are hollowed out, yet they're completely solid here.
They were here all along.
They were here all along, cliché. Another prime example of Spike receiving no due credit.
Necklace, 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 necklace.
I don't know who Nicholas is, but I think Twilight is upset with him. Twilight's walk cycle skip.
Say
This
necklace.
is the element of loyalty we're talking about here. I would think that Spike would be an even better candidate.
Kind of, yeah.
She finds out I've been impersonating her. That won't end well.
The main 6 haven't left this room until now, so why take Tom upstairs just to make a new hole? Silly Pinky, that's not your necklace. Fluttershy's tail is missing. I don't mean to insult
Interesting.
somebody as talented and popular as John Delancey, but... Was he gargling Listerine during that line? Twilight uses half her space to pack
Possibly.
books. The rest of the space is for Spike so they can save the cost of a ticket. Celestia is fully aware that Spike is the means of scroll delivery and still sends every single friendship letter at his expense. Twilight's memory is clipping at the bottom edge of the frame.
For me. For Equestria.
For Narnia!
Mhm.
For Isaac!
not a liar.
We came close
That was
to the
beautiful.
destruction of the universe there. All AJ had to say was, yes, I am. This is literally the third flashback in which Pinky is seen staring right at the camera.
Coincidence? I think not.
Is
course
Fluttershy's tail just one big mass covered in fur?
Time for plan B.
Twilight, you've got to move on to Plan C eventually. Rarity is the only pony concerned by the sudden appearance of a niece.
Just wondering if it's okay if I hold you down against your will for a little bit.
Pinkie Pie recognizes the paradox in that statement, and it intrigues her. Rarity's animation loops one frame too long.
That big, dumb Mayday! Such language!
Rainbow Dash is bucking like a Oh. Why didn't Twilight cast the spell while they were tying all these extra ropes? If they could keep her still long enough to do that, Twilight could have easily cast a spell as soon as they touched the ground. These cards are lazily flipped. Discord is violently hanging all non-Pegasi here.
Taste the rainbow, mother.
This ending completely rips off the Star Wars ending. There's a surprising
That's the
amount
point
of
of
ponies
it,
that refuse to open their
I
eyes
think.
for some reason. There are 42 points on this star-shaped background. Twilight played a major role in the defeat of Discord, and she's also the star of the show, which has an interesting premiere date. All of this and more proves my theory that Twilight Sparkle is the meaning of life.
Possibly. Oh. Tom? Yeah, Tom.
Look out! Here comes Tom!
Poor Pinky. Lesson 0.
Hi, girl!
Oh, that
Lens
face.
flare. Purple Pony Princess Portension. This looks more like printer paper than it does parchment. Theme. Big Mac's farm competition. The checklist magically changes order later on. Since this
Interesting.
pony is lacking a shadow, I can only imagine that he's hovering inches from the camera and the size of a penny. These cupcakes go from 13 to only 10. Then suddenly they have all their icing back and have changed color. The icing clips out of the bottom of the box. 4-day weeks. Watch out, future Twilight, there's a new princess in town. Canterlot is completely missing for multiple shots. Duck face. Equestria obviously doesn't have the equivalent of OSHA demolition standards, or laws against rainbow nuclear explosions for that matter. This is the one bad place to take cover from falling debris. A couple inches away and they'd be perfectly safe. Copy that. Applejack is prepared for takeoff.
And the bear.
This bench's armrests completely vanish, then randomly reappear later on.
You don't have any friends.
And the Golem reference.
Pinky pleads with the animator for more balloons, but he says no.
Oh, Pinky's face sometimes.
Simply awful. Yes?
Facebook posts.
My romantic Princess Celestia is almost overdue. I thought something really awful had happened.
See, Twilight, there's your problem. You need to find some actual friends before you can write a friendship letter. These jerks simply won't cut it. This animation error is probably too minor to point out, but this wouldn't be Cinemare Sins if I didn't.
Yeah, that was pretty
Twilight's
minor.
horn is in Dash's mouth.
Oh, wow.
Visited Twilight in the Game Loft game. This poor bird is impaled by Twilight's horn. Well, it's not the first time the animators switch up these three's voices. Multiple holes in the background reveal a bit of the storyboard.
She even comes with her own notebook and quill for when you want to pretend she's doing her homework.
Still a better toy concept than a question. Girl.
Really like her.
After all, the main is mainly the main attraction. Twilight's horn isn't glowing, but she's still levitating Smarty Pants.
The one it needed spell. Works every time.
And you use this spell how often, Twilight?
Yeah, that's
Odd physics. The floating hearts are improperly layered. Bon Bon has more voices than this fandom has analysis videos. Lens flare. The biggest mistake of the mayor's career was the dreaded muffin tax. Don't be silly, Big Mac. Every pony knows dolls are for mayors. They're action figures. Twilight has an extra
Sure.
head, and Celestia's detaches altogether.
I'm listening.
Oh, you troll. Wait, when did Spike become left-handed? Episode introduces friendship letter deadline for the sole sake of abolishing friendship letter deadline in future episodes.
Yeah.
Let's just try this again.
Of course. And now Luna. Or there's probably a bit at the end, but books. Lots of books. Luna Eclipsed.
Ha-ha! The fun has been doubled!
Spike's costume is reminiscent of my BronyCon cosplay.
Father of the amniomorphic spell?
There's enough information pertaining to that one statement to fill an entire video, but to summarize, no one really knows what Twilight just said. Spike always reacts to visitors this way. Pipsqueak's sword only exists for a dramatic entrance, then it phases out of existence.
Yeah?
These are hoof sticks.
Interesting.
Twilight has an amazing magical ability and still resorts to using her hooves. Theme. These mares have been hogging the hayride from the fillies all night.
Even the shelf in the Canterlot Library of Magic named after him.
Shelf is an understatement.
Yeah,
Illuminati
it's a bit of
symbolism.
an understatement
No
there.
pony seems to care that Spike appears to be dead. Lazy tennis player wears tennis player costume. Rarity was originally in this scene, but Derpy derped that up. Ponies aren't capable of the hand-clapping sound effect heard here. Copy pasta. So much for the forest being a dangerous place that ponies rarely enter. Magic armpit powder. I'm not sure if Nightmare Moon would be much less or much more frightening if shows looked like this. Zecora and the mayor scare children to obtain their candy. Quite the racket they're running in. You know, for kids. And so began the early onslaught of Bat Pony OCs. The real thing to fear here are these mysterious shadows. Luna's been playing far too much Skyrim. The animators are just having fun at this point. Serapale and Devil Pony.
I'm gonna go talk to her.
I'm going to verbalize every action. Fluttershy. Fluttershy's wings vanish.
Ha-ha! The fun has been doubled!
This line has been brought to you by Double Mint Gum.
We got the best apples in Equestria here, Princess.
Aren't you just a little bit biased? Apple
Maybe
Cat?
just a little.
Luna wears blue lipstick. Pip can't seem to stop falling into this tub. Luna
Does seem
sits
to
in
happen a
one
lot.
lane.
How many points do I receive?
Don't be silly, Luna. Every pony knows that it's all made up and the points don't matter. Daisy's Applejack cosplay. Ponyville is full of bumbling idiots that can't even flee danger without causing utter chaos. Luna dropped a contact lens. The edge of the world lies just beyond Town Hall. Berry Punch receives some surprising news. Ooh, piece of candy. Twilight's leg becomes detached. Pinky admits that she's just playing and not actually scared of Luna no more than 20 feet away from her. Why Twilight had to explain what should have easily been overheard is beyond me. Hey Luna, someday I'm going to get wings just like you.
Forgive me if I withhold my enthusiasm.
Luna decrees Nightmare Night to be outlawed, yet Zecora and the mayor continue with the candy offering anyway.
I mean,
That moment, you accidentally leave caps lock on.
some pony seems a little intimidating, even scary. When you offer them your friendship, you'll discover a whole new pony underneath.
Didn't we learn this exact lesson 20 or so episodes ago?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nightmare Night shall be cancelled!
I need to ask you to stop. That shouting is making people nervous.
What's uncool? It means uncivil, you know, bad mannered. Exactly.
Bookhorse doesn't appear in this episode. Are we seriously expected to believe that this room is in here? Rary Pig. Fame.
I didn't know you could burn juice.
Nope. Not even I will touch that joke. Levitating cabinet molding. The mess on the floor moves on its own. They're eating over-easy eggs. What could Rarity possibly be mixing? And what's the carrot for?
No problem.
Yeah, those are good questions.
Said no child ever. Jesus may have walked on water, but Sweetie Belle can swim on land.
I never got in trouble for drawing.
Again, said no child ever. Some pony told Rarity what glue is made of. Careful, Rarity, don't choke on those 2 giant marshmallows. Big Mac's beautifully sparkly cootie mark.
After Bloom and I got some chores to finish up on. Maybe you can help.
We may even let you feed the pigs and clean the outhouse. You can see the back wall through the crack in the drawers. Apple Bloom grows an extra leg out of her neck.
Wow.
Ungulate racism. Those gems sure have flattened out. AJ should be layered behind this log.
Say what again? Say what again?
And now it's
Nice.
time for Philosophy with Rarity.
All we are is just a pile of mush and some crumbly, dry mess.
This has been Philosophy with Rarity. Apple Bob
Love it.
without the tub. Apple Bloom gives Sweetie Belle her team marker, but is seen still wearing it later on. Acoustic feedback with a non-powered megaphone. Not sure what this is or why it only appears for a single frame, but it's an animation error, and therefore is deserving of a sin. Araya is wearing 2 hats. Berry Punch borrows Carrot Top's cutie mark. Amethyst, aren't you forgetting some pony? You do know that you need your sister to compete, right? Berry Punch and Carrot Top take a break from the race to spectate, twice. Cloud Kicker reacts to Cloud Kicker's sister. Amethyst says, screw this, I'm spectating as well. She even appears watching herself compete within the same shot. Team Rarity leaves Team Amethyst in the dust at the pies, but they magically overtake them before the graping obstacle. Somehow Rarity remains muddy throughout the entire race, yet Sweetie Belle manages not to get a single drop of grape juice on her.
Yeah, that's kind of
Rarity
inconsistent
the
there.
farthest left graping tub, but the stool and apple pile won over from that. The stool magically becomes occupied. These eggs clean themselves up. The sky background doesn't reach the ground here. Berry Punch's reaction when Berry Punch overtakes Team Rarity. Pony hand clapping sound effect. Cloud Kicker would have actually been first if her sister was with her. If Sweetie Belle had not knocked the hat off, she probably would have immediately went on to complain about Rarity just as she had before the race and therefore ruin the moment. Rarity's voice flanger.
You see, we are apple pie.
Sweetie Belle jumps out of a tree and doesn't break her legs.
Have a wonderfully crispy
Baked into a
crust.
pie.
You see, we are apple pie.
Best gag right there at the end. So, yeah. I think it showed that these were all really quality, well-written episodes. Less time seemed to be spent on plot holes and story problems, and a lot more time was spent on the animation errors. Which is great, as that is the stuff I will never notice. I mean, I suppose I was conscious of the fact that some of the ponies running in the race and Sisterhooves were also spectating, but to just see it all pointed out like that, it's just hilarious to see that that's in there. And, yeah. This series really remains a lot of fun. His delivery is just great on all these things. By this point, you definitely can tell that he definitely knows what he's doing. It's just great stuff. Hope you liked the commentary. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.